It's 4:30 Monday morning, and this is WKYT This Morning. It took police multiple attempts to arrest him. We'll have more on the man accused of attacking a police chief twice. That's ahead on WKYT.
Weekend storms damaged property in several Kentucky counties. We'll have more storm coverage and your week's forecast coming up.
And police say a man was found lying on the ground after being shot in the chest. We'll have more on who police have arrested in connection with that shooting coming up on WKYT This Morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Hope you enjoyed your Derby weekend and Mother's Day. I'm Bill Bryant.
Yeah, I'm Michelle Chamberlain. I hope all you moms out there had a great day yesterday. And what a weekend it was, huh?
It really was. Really, despite a little bit of weather issue with the Kentucky Derby, it was a beautiful weekend in Kentucky. Let's check in. Meteorologist Micah Harris is tracking weather for us this morning.
Yeah, and over there it was really nice. Now, we did have one thunderstorm pass on by, but that only lasted about 5 minutes or so. And then it moved out to have a beautiful race toward the end. What we're looking at right now, yeah, we have a couple of showers out and about, and that's really back toward the west. There's sprinkles, light showers, nothing to be alarmed by. 56 degrees right now in Lexington. But if you look at that line, that dividing line from green and yellow, that's that warm front that's pushing on through. Look at Bowling Green at 64 degrees. So here comes a warm front. It will warm us up by the afternoon at 76. Only a small chance, especially during the morning hours. And as we travel off through the next few days, we're going to be seeing thunderstorms really roll on in here. And those thunderstorms that we had this weekend caused some problems. The weekend storms left behind some damage that we saw there in Laurel County. And we continue to watch that as we go throughout the next few days, trying to get the cleanup going on. Crew spent much of yesterday trying to clean that up. A lot of damage, though, was on Kentucky 80 in London. Now, winds knocked over business signs, tore off roofs, and the former owner of the Budget Host Inn says the hotel now must deal with thousands of dollars of damage.
I didn't expect this. His damage is a lot worse than I thought. The metal was just rolled up and hanging over on the front end of it. We've got all that gone.
Yeah, it was really tough to see that storm roll on through. They didn't even have a severe thunderstorm watch at that moment. It was actually for areas back toward the west. We have another chance at those thunderstorms coming up tomorrow. We're going to discuss that in my full weather coming up.
All right, sometimes they form very fast. Thank you, Micah. The former owner of the Budget Host Inn says the roof repairs alone will cost about $30,000 to $35,000.
And in Rockcastle County, families are cleaning up after what the storms left behind for them. One person on Sweetwater Road says high winds snapped a tree on their property, causing it to fall on top of their home. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner has more on the storm damage.
I couldn't believe it. It's just unbelievable. It happens so fast, you just don't really know what happens at first when it happens.
In rural Rockcastle County sits this home, two mobile homes connected by a wraparound porch. Marlene Holmes takes care of her mom, who lives in one half. Her brother lives in the other. One half is destroyed.
Family was home during storms Saturday evening, and they say they're shocked that no one inside the home was hurt.
And the wind was blowing really, really hard. And me and my husband was talking, and he said, that tree back there, he said, I don't know what in the world's keeping it from falling. And it wasn't 2 minutes later, we heard bam.
Holmes says the tree fell right on top of her brother's living room where he was sitting at the time. She and her husband ran to see if he was okay.
He run over there and he was hollering for him where he didn't answer him. Oh, and it scared my husband to death. He thought, oh God, you know, it might have killed him or something.
Luckily, her brother is okay, but he can't access parts of his home. Windows shattered and his front door won't close. She says the scariest part is not knowing if the weight of the tree will do more damage.
So we're going to try to get some help.
In Rockcastle County, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
Holmes' brother is still staying in the livable portion of the mobile home. With more storms in the forecast, keep an eye on the radar and get all the weather headlines on WKYT.com and the WKYT News app. You can download it for free in the app or Google Play stores.
Time this morning is 4:34 on WKYT. And in other news, he is accused of attacking a police chief twice. Investigators in Mercer County tell us they tried to arrest a man 2 times this weekend. The Bergen police chief says Robert David Webb is no stranger to him. He says their interactions with him over the weekend, though, turned violent. WKYT's Hillary Thornton talked to the chief.
This started early Saturday morning when neighbors living in the Curdsville Road area of Bergen called police after they saw a man outside without any clothes.
He actually looked like he'd gone and looked in some of the neighbors' windows. They said at one point he was just standing there doing a little dance.
Bergen Police Chief Jim Caldwell and a Mercer County Sheriff's deputy responding to the area within minutes.
Made contact with him on his porch. He was wearing absolutely nothing but a T-shirt.
However, police say Robert Webb, who they believe was under the influence of narcotics, gave them a reason for his actions.
His initial story was that somebody had entered his house and he had chased them out and he was trying to find them.
Caldwell says after giving them a fake name, Webb's behavior escalated.
At that point, I was going to place him under arrest for indecent exposure. And when we went to cuff him, the fight was on.
Knocking Chief Caldwell down, injuring his knee, Webb was able to get away.
Then a few hours later, Chief Caldwell came back to this home here behind me, thinking Webb was no longer intoxicated and had calmed down in hopes of having a conversation with him.
So I thought I was just going to go talk to a guy who'd made a mistake, and we were gonna go about our business.
Caldwell says Webb immediately began fighting again, this time dislocating the chief's finger.
I pepper sprayed him during the course of the fight. He managed to get the pepper spray away and pepper spray me.
Webb once again getting away, running off, eventually picked up by a woman in a silver vehicle.
Basically, he took a court fine and turned it into potentially a Class C felony charge.
The search on for Webb, wanted for disarming and assaulting a police officer. Several hours later, accompanied by his mother, the 25-year-old turning himself into police.
We've had some contact, but it's been friendly until he decided to take a naked walk.
In Mercer County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Webb is in the Boyle County Jail. He declined our request for an interview. State police in Madison County say one man is in the hospital this morning and two others are in jail. 29-year-old William Arvin is facing several charges, including assault and tampering with physical evidence. 29-year-old Brian Moore is charged with tampering with physical evidence. Troopers say Arvin and the victim, 32-year-old Anthony Thacker, got into an argument yesterday morning outside a home on Waco Loop Road in the Waco area. They say Arvin shot Thacker in the chest and took off in a vehicle. We do not know Thacker's condition. We do know they rushed him to UK Hospital. The man who called 911 found Thacker lying on the ground.
There was a boy laying there lifeless on the ground trying to get up, and then I seen people running out and hovering over top of him, making sure he was okay, trying to keep him awake.
Troopers later found Arvin at an apartment in Richmond. The other man charged in the case, Brian Moore, is accused of moving a firearm that belonged to the victim.
New this morning, Lincoln County deputies have arrested a man they say is a dangerous thief. Last night, the sheriff asked for your help tracking down Jeremy Sears. Then they arrested him just before 12:30 this morning. Deputies say Sears has been involved in several thefts, including stealing 2 cars. They say Sears ran away from them yesterday morning in a stolen car. State police say divers at Lake Cumberland found the body of a missing Ohio woman. Troopers say 52-year-old Wendy Augustine disappeared early Saturday morning. She was last seen on a houseboat at the Lake Cumberland State Dock in Russell County. Divers searched the lake and found her body yesterday evening. Augustine's family released a statement writing, husband John and children Katie and Andrew are grateful for the combined efforts of the Russell, Pulaski, and Boone County Rescue Services to locate and recover Wendy. She was an extraordinary wife, mother, and person. It was an unforeseen accident that took Wendy at the place she loved, Lake Cumberland. Now, officers from the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife are investigating the situation. The Laurel County coroner thinks a medical emergency caused a man to crash his car into a Laurel County car dealership. London police say 61-year-old Stephen Caudle crashed his truck into several cars parked at the Legacy Nissan on Kentucky 192. They believe he hit a guardrail and then went into the dealership's parking lot. Caudle died at St. Joseph, London. A Kentucky Derby horse trainer is recovering at home now after a crash just hours after the Run for the Roses. Trainer Dale Roman says he was taking friends to the FVW post on Longfield Avenue in Louisville when an SUV and then a truck hit his car. 4 passengers in Roman's car were hurt. 3 went to the hospital. Roman says he has bruised ribs. The horse he trains, Brody's Cause, finished 7th in the Derby.
4:40 is the time now on WKYT this morning. In addition to the Derby this weekend, the winning ticket of the 6th largest jackpot in Powerball history was sold. But the sole winner of the almost $430 million jackpot has yet to claim the prize. Lottery officials say the winning ticket was sold at a 7-Eleven in New Jersey. The winning numbers were 5, 25, 26, 44, 66, and the Powerball number was 9. So I'm sure they're just getting it all together. Sure, they're just getting their affairs in order before they come forward with that. WKYT this morning on your Monday, just getting started. Great to have you along with us on this May Day. More news in a moment.
Ear infections in kids are becoming less common. We'll have the reason why in Moms Every Day when we come back.
We do have a slight chance of rain in the forecast, and I'll tell you this is your driest day in the forecast because it gets very active, very wet the next several days. I'll go over that forecast coming up.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
On Defender Radar Network, we're looking out and about and seeing mainly dry conditions. Now, there is rain pretty much all around us. You look northbound, you look westbound, and there's some rain. And not a lot of this across our area is actually reaching the ground. If it is, it's sprinkles. That's about it. So you look back west, and there's a big system back west. And you saw that yesterday, probably in your Twitter feed, Facebook feed, that there were plenty of tornadoes. There were plenty of severe thunderstorms that rolled through the plain states. For us, we won't see that kind of action. It's just not going to happen. For today, now the focus is really toward the eastern plains and also places like Arkansas and make your way off into Missouri. So you see it's progressing eastbound. But for the most part, this is your driest day, even though there is a slight chance of rain in the forecast. Temperatures there in the 50s. Here's your warm front right through here. You can see that from the difference of colors, and all that is going to make its way northbound. So we'll be pretty warm today once we hit the afternoon, sitting there in the mid-70s. And also, I would say the best chance of rain actually looks like during the morning hours, maybe till around 1 p.m., and then we start to see only a slight chance later on this afternoon. So I'd say 30% chance of rain during the mornings, only a 20% later on this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-70s. That's actually a pretty good day. Now let's talk about the next few days, because tomorrow we're looking at strong, potentially severe storms as we slide off toward your late afternoon, early evening hours. That's when you can expect those to roll on in, and that's what we're going to be focusing in on, guys, the next 24 to 48 hours. Those storms rolling in, because it begins an active pattern. I mean, the next several days, there's a good 40 to 60% chance of rain, all the way towards your Friday.
Seems like a very active week.
You didn't see a clear day on there, really.
No, you won't see it.
All right, we'll deal with it. Thank you. It is 4:45 on WKYT. You need another reason to vaccinate your infant? Well, we may have one for you.
Yes, it could lessen your child's chance of getting an ear infection. That and more health findings in today's Mom's Everyday Minute.
Breastfeeding and vaccinations are being credited for a drop in ear infection rates in babies. This according to research published in the journal Pediatrics. Today, 6% of 3-month-olds get an ear infection compared to 18% several decades ago. At the same time, 46% of 1-year-olds get an ear infection compared to 60% in the 90s. Researchers found that babies who were breastfed and received vaccinations that protect against bacterial viruses were less likely to get ear infections. Breastfeeding naturally reduces the risk of infections in infants by providing antibodies and boosting their immune system. Lower rates of smoking were also associated with drop in ear infections. The ear infection is one of the most common childhood infections, warranting the most visits to the doctor's office. It's also the most common reason children take antibiotics or undergo surgery. For more ways to make mom's life easier, visit momseveryday.com.
For these tips and more, just go to WKYT.com and click on Moms Every Day.
Ray, it is 4:47 right now. Here we are on your Monday morning, and it's so good to have you with us on WKYT.
Presidential candidate Hillary Clinton will be in Kentucky again this week. We'll have more on her visit when we come back on WKYT This Morning. Welcome back to WKYT This Morning. Your time is 4:50. Both the Democratic and Republican parties remain divided as the race for president becomes more narrowed down.
And presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump has made a bold prediction about his own party. CBS's Brooke Silverbraga reports.
As Donald Trump waits for Republicans like House Speaker Paul Ryan to decide whether to support him, He told ABC's This Week he doesn't need their endorsements.
I think it would be better if it were unified. I think it would be, there would be something good about it, but I don't think it actually has to be unified.
Thursday, he'll meet with Ryan, who said last week he wasn't ready to support Trump. In response, former vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin said she'll oppose Speaker Ryan in his own upcoming primary.
His political career is over, but for a miracle, because he has so disrespected the will of the people.
Democrats also remain divided. At a rally in New Jersey Sunday, Bernie Sanders vowed to keep campaigning and argued he's won nearly half the pledged delegates.
But as all of you who are good in arithmetic know, 45% is not good enough. We got to make it 50%, and that is what we intend to do.
But Hillary Clinton has all but secured the nomination. CBS News estimates she has 93% of the delegates needed to win.
As we sit here today, I have 3 million more votes than Senator Sanders. He has to make his own mind up.
Clinton returns to the campaign trail Monday with an event in Virginia. Brooke Silva Braga for CBS News, New York.
And Senator Bernie Sanders will appear on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert tonight. That airs right here on WKYT at 11:35. Presidential candidate Hillary Clinton is planning another campaign stop in Kentucky, and it will be tomorrow. She'll be at the Louisville Slugger Field tomorrow. That event is free. It is open to the public. The doors will open for that at 4:15. And her husband, former President Bill Clinton, will also be returning to the Bluegrass State. We do not have details on his trip yet. Both Bill and Hillary Clinton made stops in Kentucky last week. Clinton's rival, Bernie Sanders, did as well. Their campaigning comes ahead of Kentucky's primary, which is coming up on May 17th, a week from tomorrow.
A new study has found that e-cigarettes are making more and more children sick. Lead researcher Dr. Gary Smith says, quote, "This is an epidemic by any definition." Now, according to the study, most kids aren't seriously harmed by e-cigarettes, but one child has died and several others have had severe complications such as comas and seizures. Researchers say their findings show parents need to do a better job keeping e-cigarettes out of children's reach.
The Invictus Games begin today in Orlando, Florida. Britain's Prince Harry created the Games, which are an international Paralympic-style competition. This week, hundreds of wounded veterans will compete in several different sports. Last night, First Lady Michelle Obama helped Prince Harry kick off the Games.
And like Prince Harry, I am so incredibly inspired by all of you. I'm inspired by your courage, by your love of country. I'm inspired by the sacrifices you all make every single day, particularly the wounded warriors and the caregivers who show such strength and resilience in the face of challenges that most of us can't even imagine.
Nearly 500 athletes will compete in the Games, which will end on Thursday. And it's good to have you along on WKYT on your Monday morning. So much more news on the way as we get this new day, this new work week off and rolling. In a moment, what we're working on for you this morning.
We'll also have another look at your weather coming up.
Good morning. Welcome back into WKYT this morning, Monday, May 9th. Glad you're with us. Coming up on 4:57.
Now it's time to take a look at what we're working on this morning.
And here's some of what our team is looking into right now. The Rupp Arena sound system, known as Big Bertha, that's been there since the beginning at Rupp, will be taken down today. It was used for the last time yesterday at UK's commencement. WKYT's Mike Byer will have more on what will be filling her place coming up in our next hour. We're going to keep a careful watch on weather. It looks like almost every day this week, the potential for some issues out there with storms. Here's meteorologist Micah Harris.
Yeah, and look, today is your mainly dry day. I know there's a slight chance of rain in the forecast still out there, but most of us stay dry today, especially during the afternoon. I'd say afternoon is much drier. Temperatures in the mid-70s. So we go through the day, a very nice one later on today, but I'd say now through noontime is probably your best bet. See that small chance of rain. It's tomorrow we're going to be watching for strong, potentially severe thunderstorms. I'm going to go over that in my forecast coming up with another 2 hours of WKYT News.